That's nice. How are your listings coming? I know you have a whole bunch.
Ah,
Listing queen.
so listings, my Miami listings, they're kind of stagnant, but
Did you do a reduction on them or no?
not yet. I gotta really hammer them this week.
Why? They don't want to?
They don't want to.
Oh, wow.
Um, yeah. So I'm gonna talk to them today to at least drop 10K on each of them. Um, and then my daily listing, we did open houses this weekend. I had two families show up on Saturday.
Good.
One of them seems like they were very interested. So I'm hoping to receive an offer. Let's see.
Do you follow up when they tell you when they go to the open house and they say
Yeah.
they love
Yeah, I
it? You
spoke
call
I
them?
spoke to the agent yesterday. So she's like, look, they look like they really want to move forward. So you should have something by tomorrow.
Oh, that's awesome.
Um, so I was like, okay, great. Let's see.
Yeah, let's see if they actually deliver. I got one of those for my listing. She loved it. The girl started crying inside of it. Jordan was there.
Um,
She called me and she's like, "Yeah, she wants to offer, but her max is 550." I was like, "Well, let's start somewhere." And then she went ghost. But, that's why I wanted to talk about today. Rejection is redirection because there's going to be a lot of those like, yeah, we're
yeah.
going to submit, and they don't submit nothing.
Yep.
But you have to, continue the momentum and continue trying to get it under contract for your
Yeah.
client.
It's like how you react to that rejection is how everything else is gonna continue to play out. So you just have to.
Exactly. That's major what you just said right now because it's true. Like if you would like get bitter and sour, like that same
Mhm.
energy, you're probably not gonna get a listing. I mean, a offer anytime soon because that's just the energy you're portraying, right?
Exactly. Super
Ooh, we have
important.
a lot of people on. Carla, is that Carla on at this time? Carla, thank you for blessing us. How are you?
Ooh.
All right. She's probably like, look, I'm gonna be on, but don't expect me to talk. All right,
You
Angelo,
know,
good
you know,
morning.
good
Brianna,
morning.
thank you for being here. Eddie, what's
You
going
know,
on, Eddie?
hello, hello.
Oh,
Hey,
Angelo's ready. Angelo
what's
means
up?
business today.
I
So,
Headphones
know,
and all.
like,
so
Come
this
on.
morning, hear me out. This morning, I was in my bathroom getting ready. Super exhausted this morning, right? I was like, it's like dreading to just get going. And I thought about your your morning uh
Huddle.
thing here, and I was like, you know what? Statistically, there's got to be like one person. Like we need that one or two people, like just barely logging in today, like at 9 o'clock, just to get going. You know what I mean? Like they need that
yeah,
extra.
Mondays are tough.
Like like
Mondays are tough.
I needed that this morning. I was like, you know what? If I'm feeling like this, still at 9 o'clock, let me just log in and just say whatever that comes out of my mouth and just get going.
Thank
Yeah,
you,
right?
Angelo, for being here because
I'll be that guy.
you're the money guy. We love you, Angelo.
Yeah, you're a bestie.
I told Brianna today, 10 minutes ago, I was like, look, we gotta. Sometimes I cannot always be there, but at least me or Brianna or someone from the team at least show up. You know. So
Yes. Well, look, Angelo, we had a great week. The interest rates are going down, and I guess the narrative is kind of changing because all these articles are coming up. And it's great because I'm getting a lot of feedback from clients. I know that we had somebody come to our open house. We told her about Hometown Heroes, and she got happy. We sent her the application, Jordan. You sent her the application, right,
Yes,
Jordan?
ma'am.
And what happened?
And she's in the Llama database. Yes, please. She's in the Llama database. She's waiting for her qualification today.
And she
what's
sent
her
all her documents, right? She submitted
Yes, in like 1 or
everything.
2 days, she submitted everything.
It was
what's
it
her
was
name
a
again? What's her name again?
Let me tell you right now,
it was a
Or
really
Brianna should know.
because I sent like 3 people.
it
Yes,
was
Jordan's done really good lately.
Dolores.
I would like to, do a little spotlight on her. She's been sending really
mhm.
good quality leads too. So keep doing what you're doing.
Way
Thank
to
you
go,
guys.
Jordan. Way to go.
Go Jordan.
Hi, good
You
morning.
good
Sorry, I don't know what
morning.
happened with my Zoom.
It was
It's
D'd up
okay.
today,
We're
bro. It's
just
D'd up. It's
we're
D'd up
we're
today.
just so happy to have you. Like
Thank
we
you.
are This is gonna be a great week for everybody. I just want everybody to know that.
Thank you.
Yeah, so Jordan, basically it's like, look, they come to the open house. As soon as they come to the open house, because I know everybody's like, oh, we want leads, we want leads. It's very simple. You don't have to really do much. And the reason why Jordan does it this way is because she doesn't want to talk to them about anything loan related. So she's like, you know what? What was the steps that you did, Jordan? You took them from the clipboard. We set up
From
I set
start
up a conference
from what?
call, right?
Okay, so no, we didn't do a conference call. You talking about from the clients from the open house?
Yeah, she reached out to
So
me. I said, I'm gonna have Jordan
yes,
give you a call tomorrow at 4.
yes.
You
So
gave her a call at 4, and then
yeah,
you
so
take it from there.
we met her at the open house. Obviously asked, do you have a realtor? She wasn't working with anybody. We told her about the Town Heroes because she works in the medical field. So she
Yeah,
was able to get.
but when you called her at 4, what happened? You called her
So
at
once,
4.
yeah, when we called her at 4, she basically, I just immediately directed her towards Angelo. I told her, okay, give me your name, your email, your phone number, and I'll have the loan department reach out to you. That was
Right.
it.
So it made it seem like we were like all in-house, like it was just
Yes,
one place that she went to, right?
yes,
Like one real estate company
yes,
where she came to see the house. Let's see if you're pre-approved. And then you
yes.
directed her, what, you sent her information to Angelo?
Yes,
Or
in through the chat. So I give her name, her email, and the phone number, and I let them know that it was for Hometown Heroes so that it could be prioritized. Because obviously the time is of the essence and the
right.
funding. And then once I got off with them, I reached
Who'd you
back
send it
out
to,
to her to
Brianna?
let her know.
You
She
sent it to Brianna?
she put it in the
It's a
llama.
chat. It's a chat that I think
Yeah,
everybody has access to.
correct. Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah.
about that chat. What chat is that?
It's a llama chat. So I think that it's like something that they share that anybody could be talking to you. Thank you so much.
I don't know
So
about this chat either.
For
Crazy
real?
room.
What's going
Ain't the
on?
You guys need to send 3 leads a week, then you'll be invited to the chat.
Listen, I am like the VVIP. I am the top referral partner. What are you talking about?
boy, you have to stay VIP to be VIP free.
Where is the chat? Like, come on, can I
it's
get
like a
access
one
to the
eight
chat?
hundred number, guys.
No, she's
It's
talking about
like
the
a
llama line, the 786 line.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Oh, that line. The one I need to
The
copyright
llama
that.
line, the llama
The
line.
llama line. The llama
Okay.
line. Ladies.
Okay, so then Brianna, what did you do when you received the information? What did you do, Brianna?
So I input the lead in our system, and then I go ahead and I give them a call. Sometimes, I mean, sometimes it is a little difficult. I know with the first lady, her name was Shondell, I think. It was
Yes.
like it was a struggle to get all
She might not be fully ready right now, because
correct.
she mentioned something about her credit score, and sometimes I would get caught up with that. I'm not gonna lie. When I meet a buyer and they start, and I'm like, well, do this and do this. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna do that anymore. I'm gonna just send them to you guys, send them to the Llama database. And then you guys can kind of like, work that
Yeah,
out. Because I feel like once we start doing that, it kind of like deters them, and instead of just making them go through the entire process, right? Like the onboarding. I guess you can call it like an onboarding process.
yeah. Well, you want them to trust us for everything financial. And then sometimes people think that we can help prepare credit score, which we can't. But I mean, the whole point is trying to get their documents and get them to trust us. Because nine times out of
Exactly.
10, once they've already sent documents to one person, and even speaking from like my own experience, I don't want to have to send 10 different people my personal.
Let me.
I think she
All
muted
right.
herself.
Anyways, back to real estate. Okay, so yeah, it's beautiful when we have a system. Um, Anybody have any other wins? We had a couple of open houses. We had like 4 or 5 family members come in on Saturday and Sunday. So it was great. A lot of buyers said they were interested. Let's see what happens today. Today's Monday. We should be following up on all type of leads, from open houses, from people that, thinking about listing. Today should just be like the follow-up day. Anybody want to share any? I know we have Juju. Hi, Juju. Good morning. Melvin, good morning. Do you have any wins you guys want to share before we get
Yeah.
started?
So yeah,
Hi.
definitely your open house yesterday was amazing. Like people like showed up and showed out for sure.
That's
And
awesome.
definitely like I guess what's on my mind is probably to everybody else is like don't forget to practice, 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 practice. Cause like I kind of like went through like a slow period and like I almost forgot like how to show homes. I forgot how to do like the emails and whatnot. So definitely make sure like I forgot where everything was. So make sure you know where your resumes are and whatnot. That's what I'm like picking
Yeah.
up from this. So I guess I would share that with everybody else.
It's very important. That's why just having an open house scheduled every week is so important because
Hmm.
like you said, the scripts, talking to people, and you just get more comfortable the more you do it, right? Repetition is key.
Definitely. And if you don't have the opportunity, don't forget to practice. That's all. Just practice. Like walk around your own house and show your own house to yourself. Like
Yeah,
something.
because people can tell when like you're nervous or you don't really, do this
Yes.
often. People can tell. So definitely that was great
Yep.
that you were able to do that open house yesterday. Put up all the signs. Signs are important when we
Yes.
are doing open houses. Victor, we have all your signs. You want us to hold on to them or put them in the office?
No, just hang on to them. Hang on to them, and then if somebody else needs them, I'll let you guys know because you're doing open houses right now. So just hang on to them.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Um, I know that some of us get discouraged when we hear um when we get rejected. I just followed up with a client this morning that we went and did a listing presentation, and she's like, "Hi, thanks for following up. We actually decided to go with the collective. I don't know who the collective is. I tried to Google them and I found like a lender, but I'm like the collective. I thought it was like a car dealership or something. Whatever. I'm not hating. Um, she went with them, and I wanted to say, but I didn't. I was like, you know what? It's fine. I was like, thank you for sharing that with me. But I also did tell her, I was like, what made you go with them? And she's like, oh, it's my husband's the one making the decision. And he's like, he sat down with them and explained his needs and wants. And he feels comfortable that they can get him that way he wants. And then I'm happy that she told me that because I'm like, that's what I did. And to be honest, I didn't do that. I kind of did a tour with her. Well, her son was there and she has a 2 year old, but I did a tour. I did a tour with her. And then I kind of like sat in the living room and it was like very informal. And this company, well, whoever they are, I think they actually like sat down on a table and went through everything with them. So it's also like rejection. We have to learn, right? We have to keep growing. There's always things that we can keep improving on in our business. And this just shows me like sometimes your clients want you to be professional and sit down on the table with a presentation and everything printed out. And I think we should always aim for that. And then if they tell you like, no, it's okay, let's just come over here and sit in the living room or let's just do, something else, then we should scale it down. But for sure, I think we should always try to do the most professional listing appointment that we can. So at the end of the day, I just got rejected and yeah, it doesn't feel good, but I have to do something else today that's gonna make me feel good. And that's how I like to deal with it because, like our pride and our ego gets a little hurt. Do you guys have anything that you do? Like, let's say you get a call or something that a client is not, going forward with the deal, or I know Jordan right now, we got her client on the contract yesterday and she just called her and told her that she wants to cancel. She's having buyer's remorse. So, these are just things that we face. Jordan, did you want to share like what you were able to tell her yesterday before actually canceling the deal?
So the first thing, because it was very late at night when it happened, I told her to just sleep on it and see how you feel in the morning. Um, I thought of her immediately as soon as I woke up, and I said, "Oh well, let me just wait a little while because maybe she's not up." And then she texted me and said, she was feeling anxious. I told her to call me, and then we talked about it like on my drive to work. Um, and just kind of talked her through it. Like I understand how you feel. Like obviously that's good with anything in business, like to just relate. I do that a lot with the teachers in the classroom. Like they might be afraid of with trying something new. So it's like I remember how you feel and I remember how this feels. So even though I'm not in her shoes, just like relating to her and saying how I know this could be scary. This is the first time for you. It's not like an older person who bought 5 homes already. So I understand all the feelings that she's having. But then I just tried to encourage her and remind her of her goals. To know, like, you didn't work this hard and go to school. You're finally here. Everything is lined up. Like her credit is great. She's making the income. She's responsible financially. And it's like, if you quit now, you'll just continue renting like you've always done. So like just putting it back on her and her goals and like bringing that back to the forefront is like, remember kind of like why you started. This is something that you've always wanted to do and it's finally here. Don't run before it even gets started. Because it's almost like she just wanted to run away from whatever this new scary feeling was. And I'm just telling her, take it one step at a time. Don't worry about the end picture. Just make sure you get to inspection. Once you get to inspection, see how you feel then. So I'm guessing it's like benchmarks because after inspection is over, like I guess I'll tell her to wait for the next thing and see how you feel.
Right.
But yeah.
Well, I think that was great how you were able to, but you also mentioned to me, you were like, I think it's like childhood drama. Maybe her parents, like didn't
Oh yeah.
couldn't had a foreclosure or something
Fear.
like that, which I think that's great because that's the problem with rejection. We start to think like, oh, it's me, it's something that I'm not doing. Not all the times it's that, right? A lot of times it's just personal stuff that people have going on.
Yes, very true.
So I think it's great that you were able to tell her that, and hopefully we can continue with this deal. Does anybody else have
And
anything they want to share? Like,
yeah, I want to share something. So the way I've always kind of look at these situations is like sometimes we got to kind of figure out what kind of client we're dealing with. Sometimes we're dealing with clients that want to explain a lot of things and want a lot of details, and sometimes we don't. But regardless, we need to try to normalize just having that of like that buyer consultation or that listing presentation, especially the buyer consultation, like having that, because a lot of what I see it because I hear it about it all the time when I talk to the agents. They don't really have a buyer's consultation. They just kind of meet at a property, they get referred a lead or something, and they just kind of have a quick conversation on the phone, or they speak about while they're touring a property, they're talking about what the buying process is. And the way I see it is, how are you going to be able to explain all the things? How do you explain property taxes? How do you explain the buyer brokerage agreement and the new compensation laws? How are you explaining the about escrow deposits, contingencies? How are you doing all that and and just preparing for a client and building that rapport with them at the same time and making them feel comfortable while you're in the middle of touring a property or in front of a driveway? It's not like really the proper way to do it. It's not. So like you want to normalize just trying to schedule sit down, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, to sit down and just explain the process, get to know them. And through that consultation, you're going to bring out their fears. You're going to bring out all their thoughts, and you're going to make them feel a lot more comfortable with you. And it's going to minimize the rejection. It's going to minimize the ghosting that we all go through. So, and if that does happen to you, don't think it's just you. It's everybody. The best thing I can tell you is just continue to follow up too. We all have that. Like Brianna, if I don't know if she's still on the call. I always think of that with her because she's revived. I don't know how many leads that ghosted all the agents, and somehow she brings them back because sometimes they're just not ready for whatever reason. So, and so instead of telling you, "Hey, I'm not ready," a lot of times they feel embarrassed. They feel bad. They don't want to tell you whatever it is they're going through. But taking it back is just trying to have that actual consultation take 30, 40 minutes, and if you can have better those consultations, and you improve at them and get better at them, you eventually, like, you're gonna master that skill, being able to like really get people to like you and be able to want to work with you regardless of the type of personality that they have. So try to normalize those buyer consultations, and really get good at it.
I'll piggyback off that. I think it's always very important to identify the whys. I think what Jordan was saying, like, don't remember why you did this, why you wanted this too. And even if they're not under contract and that's at the beginning, always find out like why they are doing this. Why are they getting pre-approved at the beginning, right? And make your notes and remember why they're doing it, right? Is it because let's just say they're renting an apartment right now where they've been there for like 5 years. For the past 5 years, they kept moving from apartment to apartment, house to house because they never owned the property. They could afford it, but they're tired of getting kicked out because the landlord wants to jack up the rent, or the landlord has to sell. So in your head, you have to realize that person, what's important to them is security. They want to have their house. They're not so worried about the mortgage payment, but they want to feel in control. I want to do this to my house. The $500 upgrade is going back to me. It's back to my house. So always trying to identify why they're doing it.
I think that's great, Angela and Victor. You have to look, you have to really like take a step back, because it's quick to say like, oh my God, because I think that's Jordan's client's second time. She backed out of a client deal already. So definitely, another thing that I think too is like sometimes when you're like a newer agent, I think clients kind of sense that, and they work you up a little bit more. So it will definitely get better with time. Another thing is that we're all a team, right? So if a deal is about to fall apart, you need to call in reinforcement, because you know sometimes it's you need support. And that's why I think it's beautiful that we have the resources that we have here at Element. If you need to call Victor to talk to someone, to talk some sense into someone, you should do that. If your deal is about to fall apart, you should not, you should go guns blazing before a deal falls apart, because it is so hard to work up to that. I know your client Jordan probably had to see how many houses did she see already, and how much did you invest, because you're paying a showing agent
Yep.
in Orlando to show her.
Yep.
So before
Um,
she goes ahead and cancels on that, you need to get Victor to talk to her. I need to talk to her. Her lender needs to talk to her. Like, everybody needs to talk to her. You cannot just let her say, "Oh, just can't go ahead and cancel." And that is why you have to remember, like, this is a team effort. Real estate is a team effort. I don't care if you're at home doing this by yourself. It is a team effort. And the only way to be successful is to remember and to have resources. There's has
Uh,
been so many times that a deal's about to fall apart. And I call Angela and I'm like, oh my God, you need to go talk to him, because, like, you need to call different people depending on the situation. Like Victor says, depending on the attitude, the situation, what's going on, you pick a person that you think, okay, could talk some sense into them. Go ahead, Angela.
yeah, you already know that I want to chime into this. I cannot tell you how many times I have to two scenarios, right? Where I get involved, that the real estate agent calls me and says they're backing out. I'm like, why are they backing out? What did they say to you? So I'm gathering intel, I'm gathering information, so that when I give them a call, I know what they're feeling or they're expecting. And maybe they're overthinking it. And I'm like, no, no, it's not like that. The property taxes are not gonna jump to 10,000 because you have portability that you can transfer over. Oh, I didn't know that. Right. Or if they're telling me on the flip side that, hey, I'm backing out because of XYZ reason. And I was like, oh, it's because of the payment or something, or or down payment, mortgage payment or down payment. Okay. All right, let me see what I can do on this. Then I'll call the real estate agent. Hey, listen, they're about to walk. We really need to provide a solution here. I don't mind calling the listing agent and telling them, look, they don't want to negotiate. They're not a negotiator, but their payment is a huge concern. Is there any way you guys can give some type of credit to buy down the rate? because right now the deal's dead for everybody and we walk away. Like we just gotta then identify what the needs are and then have a plan of attack of what's the best approach. And if it doesn't work out, then it doesn't work out. But even in the middle of the process, towards the end of closing, which I had to, sometimes the agents, the buyer's agent, the listing agent are bumping heads. They can't get it together. So then use, I'm just saying, it doesn't have to be me. Use the lender or another third party to become essentially an unofficial mediator in a way, like another voice, right? Because they're tired of negotiating with each other on the seller credit, the roof, and the repairs. That I come in a lot and I try to mitigate a lot of risk, and I actually take pride of that. Brianna's seen me firsthand. Like
Yeah.
I'm like in the middle, like, hey, come on, guys, say let's work something out here, and
And
then
sometimes you have to put it into perspective for the client because it's not about pressuring the client to buying, but to a certain degree, you're also doing the client a bit of a disservice, I guess, for lack of a better word, because if they're constantly getting under contract, they're constantly paying for inspections, they're constantly paying for appraisals, and this is eating into our client's pocket. So
Yeah, that's a great
doing
point, Brianna.
we're not doing them the service that they deserve because we're allowing them to just waste money essentially, and we want them to have extra money when they do buy, so that they feel more secure about the purchase, in case something breaks, they have the funds to cover that.
That is so true. Absolutely. And it's a roller coaster. Like the more times they go under contract, the more
The worst.
money they're spending, the less you're making because now, now you thought you were making it the commission in a span of 3 months. Now it's going to take 5 months. You're going to make peanuts on the deal. It's just worse for it's just really bad for everybody.
It's
So
okay to
definitely,
just so you guys
I'm
know,
sorry, Brianna.
it's okay to set boundaries as a realtor, just so you guys know.
Yes.
And it almost makes you guys
Yes.
more professional, that you're not just dropping everything to go and show something to the client. Like there's a level of desperation, I guess, that they can sense.
Yes. And that's what I think I was trying to explain. Like confidence and you being like a newer agent, they can sense that, right? So they'll see like, yeah, you're gonna she'll keep showing me, it's no big deal. And I'm like, no, you have to tell her, like, I haven't gotten one penny. Like, you go to work at the hospital and you get paid the next week. I haven't gotten paid and it's been months. They need to be told that there's nothing wrong with that. Uncomfortable conversations need to be addressed, and it's just better when everything's on the table. um so yes, when it comes to rejection, a deal falling apart or anything, please call for reinforcement. If they're pre-approved with Angelo, he's always up for it. He loves the drama. And
I don't, but I will take it head on. I like the challenge.
Angelo, you love drama. You love drama. Stop it.
Don't go there. Don't
You
go there.
low-key love it. You know that.
Don't go there.
You know you like to be up to date on the achievement.
No, 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 no. No, but call for reinforcements for sure. They definitely everybody needs that. I call for reinforcements too.
Guys, there's a solution to everything. There's a solution to everything.
Yeah.
And the biggest
If
part
you
of
have,
any transaction is communication. You need to communicate with your client. You cannot be scared to communicate with your client. It's okay to ask questions. It's okay, like, hey, I'm here to guide you. I'm here to help you. If it doesn't make sense, it doesn't make sense. But I want to know what's going on so that I can better assist you. Because if you're not being honest with me, I'm not going to have all the tools that I need to get you to that finish line. So it's okay to have those heart to hearts with your clients. I'm an unlicensed therapist. I say it all the time. I am an unlicensed therapist. My clients become friends because I get in there like, okay, what are you trying to do? What's your goal? How far are you trying to make it? Is this your forever? Is this your first? Is this your like what is it that you're trying to do? Because that's gonna help us be able to help them.
yeah,
I always like to say, help me help you,
Mhm.
right?
that's a good
Give
one.
Oh,
give me information,
Hmm.
please.
I want to add on too to what Helen was saying about when you met with that client and they were saying that, oh, the other people were a little bit more like they could probably help them with exactly what they were looking for.
Yeah.
And what I think would help with that as well, when you're doing your consultations, I definitely think so that you don't get lost in the being friendly part and the building a connection, definitely establish with yourself and with them too what it is that you're going to talk about so that you don't forget about it and get lost in being friendly. And then obviously once you do that, it'll open up the opportunity for you to ask them, okay, now that I've told you what we're going to talk about, is there anything else that is really important to you that I touch on? So maybe they might talk about, well, I've been wondering about like down payments. I've been wondering about, monthly payments or whatever it is. They'll tell you then because you've told them what you're going to talk about. I think that's a way for you to set up the consultation so that you don't miss anything too. They'll basically tell you what it is that's bothering them or what they really want to hear about.
Yeah, that is good to focus, make it about them and not about like your show. I
Yeah,
like
and
Yeah,
that.
then being
let's
and
structure
just building
the.
a connection. Yeah, literally structure it.
For sure, absolutely. So a lot of times when we hear the no, it's just like a delayed yes, right? We have to remember that. If one client says, "Oh, my client that told me I went with someone else," okay, that's fine. I'm gonna continue to be your friend. I am going to continue to follow up because I have been. I had one client that told me no, and this was a family member. I went to see her house, and then she ended up saying, "No, we're not gonna sell." After I did the listing presentation, she's like, I'm not gonna sell." And then I found out she put it on the market. It stayed on the market for like 30 days, and it wasn't moving. And her daughter called me, and her daughter's like, "Oh, my mom decided not to go with you, but now she's struggling and she can't sell the house." Then the agent had a cancellation. The agent had a cancellation fee of $1,000. And guess who had to pay that cancellation fee?
Mm.
I had to pay the cancellation fee because I wanted the listing because they didn't have any money. So after they dissed me and they went with somebody else, I had to
Oh,
pay
hell no.
to get them out of that mess. I paid $1,000. I made them sign a letter. Everybody I told, every agent that was around me, it was like years ago, I told, they were like, "You're crazy for doing that." I was like, "I need this listing. I don't care." So I made them sign a letter that they were going to pay me back at closing, and I got their property on the contract like in 2 weeks. We closed and they paid me back. But I like that no eventually turned into a yes, like, but people want to see how confident you are. Sometimes people want to, it's not that they purposely doing that. It's like the universe, right?
Mm.
Like sometimes there's evil forces out there that want to beat you down, and one of them
Mhm.
starts with self-doubt. So
Mm.
if you ever get a rejection, you have to think about the last closing that you had and how easy that was. And you have to continue with these positive affirmations, telling yourself like this no is because there's something better, right? Like this closed door is because there's going to be another door that's going to open that's probably going to be a bigger deal for me, right? That's going to be a way bigger deal for me. And I need to move past that no and go to the and look for the other door that's open because there's always another door that's open. It's just that we refuse to see it.
If not, you gotta go out the window.
So true.
Yeah, Helen, you know
Wait,
how
who
many
said that to
realtors?
go out the window? Who said that?
Me.
I had to be my Cuban connect, girl.
Listen, I heard something this morning, and it's so true. I was listening to, I don't know, to some motivational video, and it says that we are our own worst enemy because we have doubt, we have negative thoughts, so whatever it is, we are our worst enemy, and it's true because the only thing that gets in the way is ourselves.
Yeah, our negative talk, our negative emotions, something that happened from, "Oh, this deal didn't work out 2 days ago, last week." So we're it's a beautiful brand new day, and we're dragging it into a new day, and that messes with the other opportunities and the other open doors, and we're not able to see the cup half full, and we're looking at it half empty.
Mhm. We judge ourselves more than anybody else judges us. That's why when we go into a gym, we're like scared and everybody's staring at us. Girl, ain't nobody looking at you. Nobody cares.
But Helen, you put your pride aside. right? You're like, you were not like, oh, screw them, they screwed me over. At the end of the day, you're looking after
Yeah,
yourself too, to business.
exactly. I put my pride to the side. Yep.
Yeah, and but obviously, we all should have our some type of self respect for each other, right? For each other
Yeah.
and yourself. But at
Yeah.
certain times, it's like, you know what, this is my business. Like, let me do what I got to do, right, to make
Yeah,
Right.
this
it's business,
happen
not
for
personal.
me and my family. Let me put my
Yeah.
pride aside for the greater good for my family, right?
Right. Right.
So, but at the same time, we should have a self respect for everybody. That right there, not
Absolutely.
not really crossing the line so much. They completely,
Yeah, it's not that bad. Yeah.
yeah, it's not that bad, right? Not they didn't tell you go, hey, go fly a kite. Don't
Right.
call
Because
me
they,
anymore.
right. And they came back to me,
Right.
So, I mean, it's like,
And why did they go with the other person in the first place? Were they promised a lower commission? Like, what
no,
is it
I
that was
think
being offered?
supposedly, it was an older agent. And sometimes I think it's just like, because they think it's an older agent, they have more experience. And I don't know. But it was an older agent and it was like her church friend or something like that.
Okay.
That's what was said.
I had that
But
happen to me once where they went with an older agent because she was in the industry for 20 years. I'm never gonna forget her name because I have it in my contact with a thumbs down, bitch. And she took my client. She took my client, and the client's excuse was, well, she's been in the industry for 20 years. And my rebuttal to that was like, it's not about how long you've been in the industry, it's about the experience that you have. Because yeah, I've been in the industry. I think
yeah,
that
but
was
how
at my
many deals did
second
you
year.
close? Right.
Exactly. I was like, I've been in the industry for 2 years, but I've closed over 10 transactions already. And when I looked at her production, she hadn't even closed. She had closed her rental the year before.
Unbelievable. I know
So
you
I
were
was
mad.
like,
So,
oh,
real quick,
I was
Helen, like
fuming.
two takeaways from your story that I just want to point out. Number one, you didn't just burn the bridge or like just said, "Oh, screw you guys, I'm not," you didn't say any of that. You just said, "Okay," you let the listing be, and look, it came back to you. Everybody, most
Yes.
of us on this call have probably had some sort of experience like that. That something didn't go our way, and then the client ends up calling us because we are the better option at the end of the day. And number two, you had that CEO mentality of just like figuring out the solution to the cancellation fee. Like you know how many times agents are like, oh, there's a 500 cancellation fee. Oh, you can't pay. Well, you're stuck with that listing. Then no, you're like, don't worry, I'll pay the fee because I run the numbers. I know how much money I'm gonna make off your listing. I'm gonna run those numbers and I'm gonna bet that I'm gonna be able to sell that listing and make my money back. So I'll go ahead and invest, pay up front, cancel the listing so I can get it and make my money. So I love that. Just wanted to share that.
Yeah, everything is not going to be ideal, right? So the no sometimes is really not a no. It like we just don't know, and that's why we have to continue like a positive attitude, high energy. Remind yourself every day how dope you are, how amazing you are, how many opportunities you create every single day. The market, I think that the market is ticking a little bit back up, and we need to use this opportunity that the interest rates are going down, because once the holidays are here, it's going to be a little, quiet for a little bit. So we need to be posting. We need to be posting articles about the rates going down, articles about hometown heroes, articles about, like, even if it's not you, even if it's not your deal, if it's my deal, you can post about it. If it's Priscilla's deal, you can post about it. Doesn't matter if it's a year old that it happened. We should be posting like, oh look, I was able to get my seller $15,000 from this deal. Because a lot of times right now, people feel like the real estate market is rejecting them. Like ultimately, that's how they feel. Like, I can't. There's no space for me. I don't have $50,000 to close a house. But we all know that if you pitch in for your client, if if they're able to get down payment assistance, or they're able to get a credit from the seller, and then they only have to put in $15,000, $20,000, like, it's very doable. So we also have to remind ourselves that there's a lot of clients out there that feel like, oh well, I tried to buy a house a long time, I tried to get pre-approved a long time ago, and I didn't get pre-approved. They feel rejected a lot. A lot of leads that are cold is because of rejection. So we have to be high energy. We have to show confidence. Confidence is a big deal because a lot of people think that the market is bad right now. I don't know why they think the market is bad when we live in South Florida and like millions of people would die to live here.
Because of the news. This is why I don't watch the news. All they do is talk shit and unreal shit too at that.
Well, we need to tell. Even if we have zero people in the pipeline right now, people should think that our pipeline is booming. Like they should never know when your business is down.
I
No one
agree.
should.
I was gonna say something too. Do even though you're available, right? What you're saying kind of seem unavailable,
Oh, let
right?
me check my
You always
calendar.
sure, or even when they're calling you and you could answer like in 2 minutes. Do a quick decline. At least for now, if you're really, especially if you're a newer agent. Hey, let me do a quick decline.
Oh, I
Hey,
like that,
listen,
Angela. Playing hard
I'm in
to
a meet.
get, Angela.
I'm in a.
Now I know that when you decline my call is because you're playing hard to get.
Oh shoot! I now you guys know. No, but do like a quick decline. Hey, listen, I'm sorry, I'm in a meeting right now. Please text me and I'll call you right back. Maybe do like a quick message. Hey, finishing up a meeting. Do a manual one if you want. But just call back. Call back in 2 minutes. It's fine. Hey, sorry, I just got a call right now. An appointment call. I had a listing agreement call.
No, but you don't want to overdo it either
Nah,
because
tampoco
you don't
no.
want them to feel that you're too busy for them. So
Yes, exactly.
it's a thin line. So you got to be careful not to
Every once in a
overdo it.
while. Every once in a while.
Because you don't want clients to feel like, oh, she's too busy, I can't work with her or him. So
Especially if you can identify if the individual is very highly needy in the sense that they're gonna call you 3 times in 20 minutes, right? At like any time, then that's where you're like, all right, you gotta like answer a little more than you need to, you know.
no.
No, no is not a no until they DNC you guys. And then even then they have to DNC you on email too. So it doesn't work just on all platforms. No, they have to DNC you on the specific platforms, guys. Okay, so you're still safe to send out emails.
Listen, it's harder to dodge Brianna than it is to close a deal. Put it that way. Your clients cannot dodge Brianna.
Oh no, this is why Bree's bestie right there.
Yeah.
All about persistence.
I agree.
Sorry, I got logged up. I don't know what happened. I got excited when Angelo said play hard to get. Wait, what was that, Angelo? You said to decline the calls?
I'm already saying too much secrets over here.
No, no, let me know. What wait, say that again. What,
No,
like to anyone or somebody that's playing like somebody that a particular client?
no, just no, in general. Like, it doesn't have to be a particular client, but just every once in a while, like, hey, look, I'll call you back. I'm in a meeting. Do an auto decline message. I'm just saying that for the those that are like a little new and you mentioned don't
That's
seem
good.
always available. Like, hey, let them know you're
You
busy.
have
You're
other
you
clients,
have other
yeah.
stuff going on. Right, right.
But then
That
I added that you have to be careful with that too because you don't want to seem too busy and then they feel like, oh, she's too busy for me, so I can't
Well,
like
right,
that's why I
but
said text them manually too. Like, hey, 5 minutes, wrap it up here.
Yeah, I would have added on
so
to
you
that.
have to,
Definitely call
yeah.
them right back.
Yeah, call them right back. Yeah, don't not call back.
Get
Yeah.
too caught up in it.
Uh,
Don't let it get too far.
I like that. That's
uh,
great. That's great. And that's great for all like the newer agents because I know sometimes people could like smell that, like that you don't have any business. So definitely, hey, can I call you right back in 5 minutes? I'm finishing up on another call. That is
the
super professional and super good right there.
the thing is like some people they don't understand how much work we have to do, like in a transaction period, like to get them from lead to close, right? And
Yeah,
it's
they,
it's
they don't know.
and it's to the point where some people they call me and say, listen, my credit's messed up. I was like, listen, I don't mind you doing you the favor and looking at your credit report for you, right? Because that reverses the like I'm going out of my way to review the credit score to remind them that this shit is important to do
Yeah,
so they can
yeah.
really really like let me send it. I'm going a little sidetrack, but I'm just saying the level of psychology for that, right?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Like to I don't mind, let me look at your credit report to let you know how your credit looks, because sometimes they're like, I don't want you to report my credit, I don't want you to do this. Let me I don't mind doing this for you, right? which
And
that's
you
part of
can
my
give me
job.
a smile.
That's part of my job. Like I have to do that. I
Yeah.
should do that. I need to do it.
Yeah, it's all how you word it. I like that. Real estate is very, very much about psychology.
The thing is that real estate is about the relationship. And when people feel that you genuinely care about their process, you genuinely care about helping them, and it's not just about the commission, they're gonna sense it and they're gonna know. That's why they call it commission breath. Because if you're just worried about
Mm.
your money and you're just worried about what you're gonna be making, your client's gonna feel that. So that's why I say the relationship is always the most important in any transaction, because just because, like Helen has said, it doesn't happen right now, it's okay. You're putting that seed, you're making those steps so that it does later on grow into something. So you have to focus on the relationship because everything else is gonna follow.
Amazing. So guys, I just want you to know every no moves you closer to a yes, and closed doors point you to a better opportunity. I hope you guys have an amazing day. Let's get these clients under contract, right? Because that's what we're doing. We're moving real estate forward. And good luck this week, guys.
You too, Helen.
Bye, you too.
Love it.
Good
Thank
luck,
you.
everybody.
Bye.
Go
Bye.
there.
See you guys.
Have a good week.
Bye. Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Bye.